Who says the man is gonna be doing anything?
Who said the bear was gonna do anything? Like
Exactly.
the bear could just walk by and mind their own black ass business. Like,
First of all, how's everybody's week?
Good, man. Good.
pretty good. The weather's warming up, and yeah, we're outside.
Yeah, we back outside.
Yeah, man. The weather is crazy. Weather's nice.
And it's supposed to be 80 tomorrow.
I love it. Damn. Can't wear my hoodies like I usually do. You know what I'm saying?
And it's getting even hot for this jacket.
Yo,
I just started fitting into it, and now it's getting hot. Like,
I like it, man. Got the sexy back.
Yeah.
Yo, so I did the Destiny's Child the review. Remember last week?
Yeah.
I said I was gonna review it. So it was Destiny Fulfilled, right? Came out November 2004 on Columbia Records and Sony Music, man. So I gotta agree.
No skips.
No. I'm not gonna say all that. No, I'm not gonna say all that.
It's the one album that has technically the least amount of skips.
I'll give you that. Least amount. It's definitely. I would say it's a classic.
Yeah.
I would say it's a classic. I know Soulja was like my favorite joint on the album
Because of T.I. and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, it went hard. Plus, I remember like when it came out, you know, we was in the club and like we was dancing to it and like, you know, said I got a Soulja and I felt good with it, man. And you know when you're in the club and shit and they say like, you know, my East Coast, you know, you throw that shit up. You know what I mean? It felt good though. That was a good little joint to vibe to. And then Cater to You, that was another one of my favorite joints. Mm-hmm. That was good. But the one I did skip was the Free.
I mean,
that song Free.
Nah, I fuck with that.
Yo, man, I felt like it was more catered to women.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Not every song gonna be catered to men.
It's Destiny's Child.
Yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mary J. Blige. Like she got a lot of songs that cater to the females. But for me, I'm not about to sit and listen to the whole song.
I mean, I get you, but I mean, you definitely got to go into it thinking like, oh yeah, this is a Destiny's Child album. Like this is predominantly female fan base. So
yeah.
What it is.
I definitely took that. Yeah, and I skipped that shit. And then Through With Love, another song.
Nah, I fuck with that.
Catered to women. But I'm not saying it's a bad song.
I'm about to say, Lord, did you skip that one? Jesus.
Yeah, I did skip it.
I
did skip it, man. But everything else was I rocked with it. Now, I'm not saying that a man can't listen to a love song or an R&B song. I'm not saying that.
But
this is more catered towards the female demographic, and yeah, I skipped those two joints, but it was a good album though. And Drake's Tailor Made. Oh man, they had to remove it, man. They had to remove it. Tupac's estate threatened to sue.
I think Tupac's brother, either brother or stepbrother, one or the other.
Yeah.
One, he had similar takes to mine. He was like, yo, he thought it was whack that you had to rely for help with AI
in order to diss
somebody. Like one, you didn't get the approval of the family either.
Yeah, they weren't approving that shit in the first place. Yeah.
Like he was like, oh, you're using my brother's name and his namesake and his likeness for some bullshit.
Yeah.
Which I completely understood.
No, I agree. I agree. Even though when I listened to it, I thought it was different. I mean, it's definitely different. I was like, okay, now they're using AI. If it's out here and it's here to stay, I mean, well, you might as well take advantage of it. But, thing, I understand.
None of these podcasters, none of these radio hosts, none of these hip-hop gurus are going to try to, it's so creative, me into thinking that
it's so creative.
Yeah.
It's creative. No, it's not. This shit is whack. Like,
yeah, that was me. I was like, yo, it's creative.
Just rap.
I thought it was creative.
Just rap, dude. Like,
I feel you though.
Rap.
I feel you though. But it did make sense, like his estate being like, nah, take that shit down.
Yeah. As they should have.
Yeah. So another question I have, right? You got biopics. Who do you feel, as far as like actor or actress, did a biopic where it was believable, where they pretty much got in a role and you were like, damn, they were that person?
So I got two that comes to mind, right?
Yeah.
Wiley Draper in The Jacksons in American Dream. Mm-hmm. He portrayed Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, what's his name? The guy that played Kid Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
What's his name? I'm gonna be pissed off that I'm blanking on this guy's name. But yeah, those two, little Michael Jackson and older Michael Jackson, and then Jackson's an American Dream biopic. Dope. And Denzel Washington and the Malcolm X biopic.
Yes. That was my pick.
Oh yeah,
Denzel,
damn.
Malcolm X.
Did you see
Yo.
somebody got a tattoo of Denzel playing Malcolm X?
Yeah.
Which is
For
wild.
Malcolm X.
Nah, yo, he did a great job. He did a great job. You know what I mean? And as far as like a fictional movie, for fiction, I mean, they didn't really play like anybody specific, but I mean, yeah, for fiction, it would be Al Pacino and Scarface. I mean, he got in that role, man. He really did that shit.
I would say anything that Angela Bassett has touched pretty much, like the biopic for Tina Turner, the biopic for Rosa Parks, all of these hard-hitting biopics for basically black women is usually played by her because she could convey that emotion so well.
Hey, she played Catherine Jackson in Jackson and American
Exactly.
Hey, when she went off on Joseph when she found out he was cheating. Hey.
I feel like she should have went a little harder, but that's just me. That just replaying history. That's all.
Who would you want to see in a biopic, and who would they play?
That's hard.
Yeah.
This isn't a biopic, but I want to see DC Young Fly as either Smokey in the Friday remake or Smokey's son in a Friday remake, a
Something
Friday sequel,
of that
something.
sort.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I think one that I would want to see would be I want to see like Leonardo DiCaprio play Frank Sinatra.
That's an interesting one.
Because Frank Sinatra outside of music was a street dude. You know, he was mobbed up, all that. And he's from Jersey. But he had a real good, like, it'll be a real good movie, man. Now, I think they want to come out with like a biopic of Frank Sinatra, but I think like his ex-wife is like, just don't show the shit that like he really got into. You get what I'm saying? Like leave that out.
You got to get into that.
Yeah, we want to see that. We want to see that as
don't get me wrong, like he's a great singer, great musician, but like we want to see the nitty gritty. Like if it's just going to be about his music, then we can just listen to his music. We just listen to his music, but if we doing the Frank Sinatra biopic, we want to see the shit that we don't know, that not everybody might know about.
Yeah.
I would say I'm trying to think about like celebrities that look alike and that would like embody the role. If Missy Elliott ever had like a biopic, I feel like Danielle Brooks from Orange is the New Black and The Color Purple.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Would be a good placement for her, at least her early work before she got illness with lupus. Because that's that's the contribute to like her major weight loss as of recent.
Oh, so she got lupus.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Well, that explains like the drastic weight loss when she re-entered like the music industry. After,
I thought she just got a real good nutritionist.
She was sick for a while.
Damn. Yeah.
She's
I never
good,
knew
but you know.
Yeah.
You don't know what people going through.
No, you're right.
But I feel like she has the musical range and she has the acting capabilities to at least like capture like the early moments of like her, you know, working with Timberland, with Aaliyah and all them. So
Yeah, I know last week we was talking about Taylor Swift and the fact of, you know, the question of if she could like be country. You know what I mean? She could, yo. Cause I did a little research on like where she's from, like West Reading. Not Reading the city, but like West Reading. So it's like an hour, 27 minutes from Philly. It's like a little suburb, but it's only like 4,000 people, but it's not Yeah, it's not like an urban area. So yeah, she could be country. I know we was talking on that. You know
I don't
what I
know.
mean?
Yeah, I've never been to Reading, but I'm just like,
Yeah, Reading is an actual city. You know what I'm saying? But West Reading,
yeah.
it's
But
like,
there's certain like country artists that are not even from the country in general,
yeah.
and are dominating like the market. So
Then again, she was putting on the fake country accent. Like, it's kind of like the whole Iggy Azalea thing. Like when she's putting on the fake accent. Like, man, you're from Australia. Like, what are you doing, fam?
I get it. I guess you got to get into that role, man. It's like acting.
Fake it till you make it.
It's like hip hop. A lot of them are actors.
a lot of them, even some of your faves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on.
Moving on. All right, so let's get to this whole man versus bear conversation.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts on that?
I really have no thoughts. I don't know shit about it.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah, just explain real quick so you can like
for
absorb.
the viewers that don't know, right? There's this whole discourse on social media where a guy asks a woman on the street, would she rather be stranded in the woods with a man or a bear? A lot of this question is going all over social media.
Well, I think I did hear something about it, but I never really like looked into it. I think I heard something about it.
Right.
Yeah, and there's like a discourse of like, men saying, well, certain men, not all of course,
Yeah.
are saying like men are kind of like women are not necessarily, but more or less over exaggerating like their responses of like picking the bear every time, because they're like, oh, a bear will actually maul you and dismember you. You don't know what the man is doing. And I'm like, that's the point. You don't know what this man finna do. Like
Yeah.
there's a reason why a lot of women, unfortunately, and some men, not all, but some, will choose the bear. Like, for instance, pulling up the stats, because, I love numbers, over 1 in 3 women, which is 35.6%, and 1 in 4 men, 28.5% in America, experience rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime. So,
But
yeah.
you got to put that in perspective, right?
Yeah.
How many men do you navigate spaces with on a daily basis?
Not too many, but it depends on like where you work, where you stay, what is your commute. Everybody is different in that regard.
You even walking down the street, you gotta there's men in your vicinity, right?
Yeah.
With bears, if you were in a room with 5 men and 5 bears, do you think that you would come out? Which situation would you more likely come out alive in? The five men.
You don't know that.
No,
You
I don't.
honestly do not know that.
Yeah, but I mean, what scenario
know.
is this? Are we just talking about just being in the woods with
They
a?
just said
That's what I'm saying, like-
the
Yeah.
scenario is just being stranded in the woods.
Yeah.
Would you rather be stranded in the woods with a man or be stranded in the woods with a bear?
I mean, the fucking man. If we just
Exactly.
talking just off of that, you know what I mean? But if we talking about some other shit, like that might possibly happen, like violence, I'm gonna choose the bear. If we talking about violence.
No, there's no violence one way or the other. They're just like, which one would you rather be stranded in the woods?
Well, of course,
A bear.
a man. If I'm just gonna be stranded without any extra bullshit.
Okay, let's look up the stats of how many bear attacks happen in America versus domestic violence.
But see, that's the thing. That's because you are in the vicinity with mostly men. You're not in the vicinity with mostly bears.
But I think it depends on where your psychological, like where you start thinking of. When you ask that question, do you automatically start thinking of some domestic shit, or do you automatically just assume you just walking in the woods?
And yeah, statistically speaking, the percentage of men
Yeah.
versus the percentage of men that are actual like sexual assaulters or abusers, that percentage is infinitesimal.
Versus the amount of bear attacks that happen in
Hold
America
on,
every year, which
hold
is
on.
one.
It's infinitesimal.
Yeah.
I never heard that word. What the fuck is it?
You never heard it?
It's-
I never heard of it,
it's
bro.
kinda like
I'm not
infinite.
trying to be funny. Yeah.
No,
No,
you want to Google it?
Yeah, Google that shit. I really know
Oh,
what the
I
hell
was
you
about
just
to say
said.
the meaning, but I'll hold off.
No, what's the
You already-
meaning? What's the meaning?
It's like another word for infinite in a way. Like there's no real tracking or number of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
in like the lamest of terms?
I've never heard of that word in my life. Sorry, I'm blowing smoke.
It's okay.
No, I never heard of that word in my life.
Wait, insert the thing. The more you know.
Yeah, I mean, yo.
So infinitesimal in mathematics. In mathematics, I mean, do you want me to share this? Can we share the screen?
No, hell nah, man.
yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Damn.
Yo.
Nigga said we had to let the viewers know.
Yo,
In mathematics, an infinitesimal number is a quantity that is closer to zero what any standard non-zero real number is. But it is not zero. Right? So the number of men that are sexual assaulters versus the number of men that aren't is closer to zero than not.
Yeah.
So in your terms, it's about the same for the man and the bear.
It's not, because you're not in the vicinity with the majority of men that exist than the majority of bears that exist.
But I'm talking about the likelihood of things that will happen in those types of environments.
But you can't judge that accurately, because you're in the vicinity with men way more than you're in the vicinity with bears.
Hence why more stuff happens with men than with bears.
Exactly, but if you were in the vicinity with the same amount of bears as you were men, more stuff would happen with bears.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
put
even
it,
in better-
but
bigger
I'm
numbers.
gonna put it in like women's terms because you guys don't have vaginas. So, and to drive home on that topic, men fear other men too. Why do you think we have guns?
Yeah,
You guys fear men, but let me put it into layman's terms. How it's like.
Is it that we fear men?
I would still choose the fucking bear. I'm so sorry. Like,
I feel like-
I
Okay,
know
I'm sorry.
that I can at least somewhat survive a encounter with a bear versus that I don't know their intentions of that said bear versus a man that I don't know their intentions are. It is hot outside. Do you know how many people outside that have ill intentions? Like, no, I'm so sorry.
but
Like, nah.
do you know how many men you pass by on a daily basis that have never and would never do anything to you in your life?
I mean, the same amount of men just like you.
Yeah, like men, like the number of men.
But here's the thing that
is
you're
small.
if you're okay, based on your logic, if that amount of men is so small, why do you own a gun? If
Protection.
okay, from who?
Yeah, you gotta be prepared.
I can be prepared for anything. If a woman came in, she going down. She
Okay,
down.
so you see how like human beings are unpredictable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Versus a bear.
I feel like you both make good arguments.
I feel like this.
You both
right?
have good arguments. There's
Because
no way.
at the end of the day, it's like
I feel like this,
you're-
right? And this is not to downplay your argument, right? But I feel like it was is mainly not necessarily to do with your argument, but it's mainly the discourse around bears. I feel like a lot of women have been Disneyfied, right? And we've anthropomorphized bears. So when they think of a bear, they think of cute, cuddly Winnie the Pooh.
I don't
you know?
think of that
No,
at
that's
all.
why I said that doesn't have anything.
Yeah, I
to
don't
do
think
with
about that.
I
No.
think about an actual animal.
But I feel like because of that, because we don't live in the vicinity of bears, and when you think of a bear, the first thing you think of is like teddy bear, Winnie the Pooh, Ted, Baloo from the Jungle Book, right? You don't think that these are predators. So let me ask you: Have you ever
just like Ben?
have you ever seen a shaved bear?
A shaved bear?
Yeah.
No.
Have you ever seen a hairless bear?
No.
I'm gonna pull this shit up on the screen because once you see this,
Yeah, but what's the point?
once you see this, right? Once you see this, and you say, would you rather be in the woods with a man or this thing? Because once you remove the fur from the bear, I'll show you. Hold on.
I'd rather be in the woods with a man. I got a better chance because I don't think of no Winnie the Pooh or Ted or none of that goofy shit. I think of an actual animal that will maul the shit out you. I stand a better chance of fighting a man than I do fighting a bear. But
as
possibly,
a woman, I'm still screwed. Do you see that? Like,
you're not screwed. I
I'm
mean,
still
who
screwed.
says the man is going to be doing anything?
Who said the bear was gonna do anything? Like
Exactly.
the bear could just walk by
But
and
see,
mind
but
their
it's
own
a
black
natural-
ass business. Like,
But it's a natural.
But the bear doesn't have thousands of years of evolution and civilization applied to him.
That's some ugly ass shit, bro.
Like, would you
look
rather
at that
be
fucking
trapped
elephant, yo? Look at that.
Would you rather be trapped in the woods with a man or that?
My nigga,
I still will choose that every time. I'm so sorry.
That's
y'all
crazy.
With a man,
y'all
yo, with
will
a man.
not change my mind.
With a man.
Look at that. You would rather be trapped in the woods with that.
Nigga, that shit ugly,
That's crazy.
Who the fuck
All
shaved
I
the
know
bear?
is, listen. All I know is I read about a case about 4 men kidnapping, raping, and dismembering not a woman, but a lizard. So, like, men are diabolical. Like,
but
at least with a bear, they will maul you and go about your business. There's a lot of other bullshit going on with men, bro. Come on.
How many men do you work with? How many just men at your job?
I would say about, in general, maybe 100.
How many men have you went to school with, worked with at whatever jobs? Like, all of these men have never, almost, I'm not going to say all of them.
How do you know?
I'm not going to say all of them. Almost all of these men, percentage-wise, have done nothing to you, would do nothing to you.
But how do you know that unless I said that?
What do you mean?
How do you know if these men ever done anything to me? Because I never said that on air.
No, I've never said it. I didn't say that they haven't done anything to you. I'm just like, most of them, if you're here to tell the tale, you're alive. Like, they haven't dismembered you. Like, most of the men in your life, chances are they haven't caused you any harm compared to the ones that have.
I mean, we're not talking about the whole human race of men. Otherwise, you guys would have killed me in this studio. That's not the same. Because
if you're saying a random man and a random bear, you don't know what type of man that'll be.
Yeah,
so you kind of gotta.
I mean, at the end of the day, I view life in a lens of a woman that doesn't have the protection or guard of being a man. So I'm going to respond accordingly. And I know you're going to respond accordingly as a man who holds a gun. So I'm just saying, in the same retrospect, you fear men just like I do. Hence why you have a gun.
I don't fear men.
How a lot of men carry guns.
I don't fear men as much as I fear bears. Because I fear bears a whole lot more than I fear men.
Well, obviously, yeah.
I don't go into bear spaces.
Is it the fact that you fear a man? Or is it the fact of you're just ready for what might happen?
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not no tough guy, but I do not fear a fucking man. But am I prepared? Yeah.
Are you afraid of getting shot by a man?
I'm not afraid of getting shot. No.
I'm afraid of getting shot.
I'm not afraid of getting shot.
I'm afraid of getting shot.
Is it a possibility? Yes. But I'm not afraid of it. Like, it's not something that I think of, but it could occur,
Okay, let's be real. The invention of weapons in mankind existence evolved from using for hunting and pillaging purposes to conquering other villages and other people from what? Fear tactic.
Yeah.
We fear other people, so what do we use to conquer that fear? Weapons.
Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't understand.
But you see how I'm trying to let you guys know, like, you guys are trying to look at women like they're crazy for having these types of views when you guys have your own version of it. Hence
I don't feel you're crazy for having those views. Like, yo, look, if you prefer to be trapped in the woods with a bear, hey, it is what it is.
Because at least I know how to at least evade from those spaces versus there's going to be a man wherever I look and it's going to be more of an attack on man than a bear.
But in the scenario, you're not talking about how they evade from those spaces, right? We're talking about when you're in the space of the bear's habitat in the woods.
Yes, and there are ways to go around of not getting killed or mauled by a bear within those habitats. Hence why... How many people go into these fucking parks? I
would argue that there are way more ways to stop yourself from being killed by a man than being killed by a bear. Like, you can hide. You have a way better advantage of hiding from a man than you do a bear. Like, I don't care how big or strong.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
I don't care how big or strong a bear is.
I'm so sorry. I disagree.
But
you have the right to your opinion.
I feel you though. I feel you though. You know what I'm saying? Be trapped in the woods with a bear. But who you
Y'all
gonna
ain't
call?
gonna-
Who you gonna
y'all
call
ain't
when you're
gonna-
trapped in the woods with a bear? You gonna call a fucking
Another
man.
man.
You gonna call a man to help your ass out.
Another man.
How can I help? How can I call somebody when I'm in the middle of the woods?
I don't. First of all, I don't plan on being trapped in no fucking woods in the first place either.
I don't.
What man am I calling with no cell
I'm not even
service?
trying to travel outside the country.
Damn, you got no
damn
cell
sure.
service? You better get Verizon.
That's what I'm saying.
Get
First
that
of all,
Verizon.
I'm not even trying
how
to
can I
travel
call a
outside the
man
country.
with no cell service?
Yeah.
Obviously, I have to
Better get one of the
rely on my
antenna
own
phones.
intuition, right?
Yeah, man. But I guess it's a good argument. Everybody's gonna feel how they feel, but then everybody's gonna look at it differently. You get what I'm saying? Because some people are gonna go to the fact of you're trapped in the woods with a bear and think of it as an animal. Other people are gonna think of you're trapped in the woods with a man that's a possible rapist or a murderer. They're automatically leaning towards that. You know what I mean? You're in the woods with Jeffrey Dahmer or some shit.
Yeah.
When the question was never that. It was just
A man,
a fucking man.
a regular man, and
Which
a regular bear. The regular bear, regardless, is a predator. Like,
and a
Is-
man,
is
you're
a
gonna help
predator.
figure you out, like gonna help figure out how to get the fuck out the woods.
yeah, like a man. We have hundreds of thousands of, well, not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds of years of evolution that makes us more civilized than that bear. That bear don't give a fuck.
Nah, I don't give a fuck. But like you said, it's a possibility the bear might just and be like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah, we don't.
It might walk past. Who knows?
A man doesn't have the strength to as a bear. They don't have the speed of a bear. Chances are, if you climb up in a tree from the man, you good. Like he can't really look up. Like he probably not gonna look up like that. Like
Well,
a
listen.
bear.
I don't plan on being trapped in no woods.
Yeah, same.
That's not something that I do. It's not something that I feel like I will ever do.
I'm not planning on being trapped in the woods with no man. I'm so sorry.
I'm
I'll
not
take
planning
the
on
bear
keeping
every
track.
time.
That's crazy.
Every time. I don't care.
That's crazy.
I don't care if it's Winnie the Pooh. I don't care if it's that creature on the. I don't care. I will, because I don't know what that man has, which is more than what the fuck I got. I don't have no gun.
But you don't have super strength, and you can like run for thousands of miles either.
There's literally ways for. Oh my gosh! Like, you're not supposed to run away from a bear to begin with. That's kind of, they view you as prey. That's kind of like the first thing you do when it comes to wood survival. That's in general.
And that depends on the type of bear.
Obviously.
It depends on if it's a black bear. If it's well, you probably wouldn't be stranded in the forest with a polar bear, but
No, that's why polar bears are not a part of the conversation,
bears don't give a
because
fuck. Polar bears don't give a
that's
fuck.
like yeah, you finna die, because
Yeah,
that's a
ain't no-
different
ain't no
type
way
of
to-
breed.
yeah.
We're talking about black and brown bears, okay? We're talking about the North America region, okay?
Man, listen, we are in Newark, New Jersey. So
talking about this
I'm more
region.
concerned with a black and brown man than I am with a black and brown bear. Like that I don't give a fuck about a bear.
hey,
But I know a black and brown nigga might pop me out here. You know what I'm saying? They might catch me.
And
They might catch
I'm
me slipping.
wrong for feeling like this?
I don't feel like
Hey,
nah,
I'm the same way.
but we're in a different type of jungle.
I'm the same way.
We're in a different
So-
type of jungle, man. You know what I'm
I remember
saying?
I was talking to my ex about like I remember a while ago a bear was in Irvington Park.
Yeah, I
right?
remember that, yeah. It
I'm
was
the same
a
way.
whole
I'm just like,
Discord.
If a bear comes anynhere near civilization, get him out of here, kill him. I don't care if it's a cub.
I don't think
care
so.
if it's
Nah,
full-
I'm not with that, man. 'Cause
Get
yo,
him
look,
out of here.
Look, at the end of the day,
Get him outta here.
It wandered, it got lost.
I don't give a damn.
You know what I mean? I ain't about to just kill some animal wandering into a park.
If he get too close to civilization, get him up out of here.
9 times out of 10, that bear is more afraid of you than you
I
are
don't give a damn.
of it. If it's wandering into a park in the middle of fucking Irvington,
I don't give a damn.
it's probably scared of you more than you scared of the bear.
Get him up out of here.
Yeah, definitely get him out of here,
I'm
but put
not-
him back in the woods, man.
Nope. I don't want that bear to have a chance of eating one of our kids or like attacking one of our kids because it's scared, fight or flight. Get him up out of here. And if it's a cub, get that cub up out of here because if it's a cub there, the mama ain't too far behind. Get him up out of here.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of people first.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hey.
Still choose the bear every time.
Oh, shit, yo.
Every time.
That's crazy. That's a crazy ass topic, yo. I mean, damn. I didn't think it was gonna go left
We'll
like
share
that.
some honey like Winnie the Pooh. I'm not fucking with y'all. I'm sorry.
Yo.
So let's move on. I don't know. Have you guys seen this Shannon Sharp Amanda Seales interview?
I've seen parts. I haven't had a chance to really listen to all 3 hours of it.
I didn't even know she had an interview.
Yeah, she had a Club Shay Shay interview, man.
Am I wrong for feeling like, and this is no shade to Shannon Sharp because he has created a very excellent platform for himself, and for the platform that in which like he follows and he runs, it works for him, and that's great. With that being said, not everybody has a journalism degree, nor do I, as we know. But I feel as though Shannon Sharp is not used to the level of intellect compared to like the other people on the shows, aside from like people of like Cat Williams to like, you know, divulge into certain things. He chooses people that kind of like interviews themselves. And he kind of like asks follow-up questions, but you can tell Shannon Sharp, unfortunately, did not do a lot of technical research because in several moments in the interview, he has said incorrect things about Amanda. Like one instance, he mentioned, okay, so your parents, your mom is white. She's like, my mom is not white. What the fuck is that?
Here's my problem with that, right? My problem with that is, one, let's be real. Like, you know Shannon didn't make these questions up. Everybody knows Shannon didn't make these questions up. He has a team of people. He has a team of staff, right?
Okay.
Now, that
dissolves responsibility of him in his platform?
Yeah,
You're still responsible.
No, I'm not saying he's not responsible, right? But have some grace. Like,
No,
but listen.
I'm not.
No,
I'm sorry.
But listen. Correct him. Like, no, my mom's not white. But you went off. You were visibly angry. You went off on this man. He was polite. He opened his platform, was polite, kind the whole time. You just went off. Like, that's the problem with Amanda Seales. She comes off, as always in every situation, the angry, bitter black woman. And let's be real. Yeah, sure, you might have the right to act like that, right? Mm-hmm. But when you're in Hollywood, when you're trying to, that's not even in Hollywood. When you're in any job, you get further along being softer, being nicer, and commanding yet respectful than you are just blasting off. And I feel like she's the typical.
Watch your words.
No.
Watch your words.
She's like the auntie at the barbecue. She's like the black pro-feminist version of the auntie at the barbecue Bible thumping. When people just trying to have ribs and shake ass.
So what? She got defensive?
Yeah. So this whole thing was like her being defensive.
I mean, that was okay. So, what other reason would Shannon would have her on this platform if it wasn't for her to try to explain herself? She's been in the news articles all this time unfortunately, for her controversy.
Yeah.
Why else would these news platforms have her on there if she can't explain herself in that manner?
But it's not the fact that he wasn't trying to let her explain herself. He was just doing what an interviewer does and ask questions. Mm-hmm. She made it seem like he was attacking her and being combative. That's not what he was doing at all.
I didn't take it like that, but
she took it like that. She literally said that. She was like, oh, because I have a master's degree. First of all, that's where it was funny for me. She was super pro-black. She was like super Miss highly black educated girl that she went to get a master's specifically so she could prove to other people and condescend and talk down to other people that she was Mrs. Super pro-black and educated. That's weird to me.
Wait, she said that out of her mouth?
Yeah.
She got a...
So she's like, oh, because I'm very smart and I'm educated, and I went to get a master's degree specifically so I could prove that.
Okay, to be fair, I feel like a lot of people get college degrees underlyingly for that, to show that they're smart enough to do the things that they can do?
Well, no.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, nah. I
feel like a lot of
you gotta, when you get a college degree, that's because you're seeking education. You're seeking to further your education.
Yeah.
Not to prove that you were smarter than everybody else. Like, no.
But who gives a fuck? If they got the degree, they got
That's
the degree.
what
They
I'm
put in the
saying.
work for it.
No,
they put the work in.
Who cares about the motive?
Nah,
Who gives a shit?
No, I give a fuck about the motive. I give a fuck about the motive.
You do.
Why. No. Everybody should. Everybody should. Right?
I don't. I personally don't.
You
like
don't.
the reason why you got a degree might not be the reason why I got a degree.
Because as long as you got the damn degree,
it's
I
not
give a
about
fuck.
it's not about the degree. Y'all are messing up. It's not about the degree, right?
Yes, it's the reason that she got a degree to feel that she's.
If you go to get a degree in, I don't know, psychology, because you want to be a psychologist, right?
Yeah.
That means that the field of psychology interests you enough to want to do it in your profession, right? You're going to seek that education out, right?
Okay.
She started backwards. Mm-hmm. She started backwards. That's like if I go, I believe that McDonald's is down the street. But I don't know if it's down the street or not. I'm going to go build it so I can go tell y'all that McDonald's is down the street. No.
But what if, let's say, for example, right?
I don't get that.
What if I got a degree? I don't need a psych degree at all. Like, I'm not in that profession. I'm not looking for that profession. But I do want it so I can further understand it. I can understand.
You're not, that's different.
But
that's different.
But at the same time, if I went and got the degree, who's
That's
anybody
kind of showing and proving that you can complete the program?
Yeah, and who's to say, yo, you got the degree, but you didn't get it for a profession. So why'd you go get it?
I'm not saying that she didn't have to go get it. She had to go get it for a profession, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying if she's trying to prove that she's so smart, right? Mm-hmm. She's starting at point B.
Yeah.
Or how do I put this? She's starting at point A, pretending she knew all about point B when she's never even been to point B yet. So she went to go to point B just to say I was right all along about being at point A because I went to point B.
I get what you're saying, but I personally just don't give a fuck.
I feel like
I don't.
I feel like the
you
reason
don't have to.
I feel like the reason why you have the wherewithal against Amanda Seales is because I honestly don't know why. Because honestly and truly, I feel like you guys have more similarities than differences.
But see, here's the difference.
You guys, you're like the male version of her. To be honest,
not at all. So here's the difference, right? The difference is.
Wait. Was that a sound? Wait, I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. To be rude, I was trying to figure out what was that noise in the background. No, because we were talking. I heard some shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
The difference is, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm an atheist, you're a Christian, right?
Yeah.
But you and I, we talk about
that
religion,
shit all the time.
We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Right? If every single time we talk, I'm voicing my displacement about religion, at some point you're gonna be like, yeah, I ain't gonna fuck with you no more.
Okay, and I'm gonna say this with love. Because you know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Online, you come off like that. I'm
But,
not gonna lie to you.
Well, yeah,
not in
100%.
person. Not to say not in person,
100%.
but online.
100%.
You come off like
Yes,
the
I
male
do.
Amanda Seales.
Yes, I do.
That's why I'm
100%.
like, what is up with
Yes, I do.
all
I'm
the
not-
hate
I'm not-
when you come on? You
I'm
use
not
the same
debating that at all,
format.
right? I'm not debating that at all. But like you said, in person is different, right? In person is different.
But people,
You and I, we could have that, right? But here's the thing,
but
right?
Also,
with Amanda,
sometimes those impressions are a lasting one, especially if people meet you online first and then they meet you. They automatically have this assumption about you. Well, obviously, we all know each other for years, so we don't think that like that. But some people that have your online platform might think otherwise.
Yeah,
that's why I'm
true,
like,
right?
what's happening?
But what's the difference between online and in person?
Because
I'm the same way online and in person.
Not everybody is. Like some people online
have a different persona.
have a different personality, different representatives.
Yeah, I get it.
That's why the whole show Catfish exists. But yeah,
not to say, no, y'all. Not to say,
yeah.
Niggas use real pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, she comes like she got kicked out of whole Hollywood parties and she's creating on-set tension with the shows she's doing, and the industry doesn't want her at certain events because she's always on 10, in person and online.
Some people just like that.
On interviews and online. And like I said, if I was always like throwing my atheism in everybody's faces, y'all would be like, yeah, nah, I'm cool on him. I don't want him around.
I personally wouldn't care.
That's why
It's open for discussion.
And also, I feel as
but
though
that's because we're on this platform. If like every time, like let's say if you sneezed and she said God bless you, and I'm like, God ain't real, you would be like, nah, like
I wouldn't give a fuck. Hey, I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit. You say God ain't real, I'd be like, all right, well, I wouldn't even think twice about it.
But like, it would make a lot of people uneasy.
Yeah, it would make a lot of people uneasy.
A lot of people
would be uneasy. Yeah, you're right.
I'd be like, Mark, it's a saying, relax.
Exactly.
It's a saying. It's not even like that, bro.
I've lost a lot of people. They lose friendships. They lose work opportunities.
Yeah.
Like, and it's happening to her. And instead of realizing, oh shit, yeah, maybe I'm on 10 a lot, she's like, nah, it's everybody else that's the problem. She's not trying to self-reflect. She's not trying to.
Yeah, I get it. So she doesn't self-reflect.
Any kind of work to realize maybe I'm just. It ain't just, Shannon Sharp. It ain't just Issa Rae. It ain't just, all these other platforms that's a problem. Maybe I got some work to do.
Yeah,
that's my whole problem.
Some people don't self-reflect. You're right.
And I agree with you to a certain extent. Like, there's times and places for different personalities for different events. I just feel like there's a lot of Amanda Seales personalities in Hollywood and out of Hollywood in general. And she says a lot of things that a lot of people are thinking in general, but they don't have the guts or anything to say it out loud like she does.
I think she, even when she's on these platforms, like, I think she race baits a lot for no reason. Like, I think she makes a lot of shit about race that has nothing to do with race.
I mean, I think a lot of content.
I mean, we do that shit on here too, though.
Yeah,
we do that shit on here too, though.
We
even when it came to
the LGBTQ community, we say this shit too, and we're not even a part of that community. So like, that's kind of like not a really good argument.
If we talking about like, I don't know, if we talking about. Let's see.
We talk about stuff in the black community all the time, though.
Yeah, it's not just about the black community, right?
Yeah.
If we talking about, I don't know. Let's see. If we talking about teaching everybody how to go vegan, and then all of a sudden one of us go, the world don't want the black people to go vegan because they held the black people down, so they don't want, like, that's gonna seem mad weird and out of place, right?
It's giving very much.
It would. Yeah,
it's giving very much Hotepi. Like,
that's kind of like, I was watching the clip of her on The View. That's kind of how she comes across.
Oh, I already knew when it came to not The View. It was the Real.
Yeah, The Real. I'm sorry, not The View.
I feel like with that particular platform, she was better off on either a solo show or something that is like black syndicated. That wasn't a platform for her, and I felt like she was set up from the beginning in regards to that.
I don't think she was set up. I mean, she just didn't know her audience.
That wasn't the audience that she needed to. That's why I said that platform wasn't, tailor made for her. I feel like whoever's dealing with, like, whoever's a part of her team or whoever's her agent should have direct her towards like a syndicated show on maybe BET or like something newscast related that kind of like geared towards her niche and what she talks about within the black community versus like a bit broad for, the white audience.
They tried to ask her like, yo, can you tone down the race baiting? And she was like, no. Like, you're on daytime TV, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, some people just like that. I know people that are like that, where everything is.
She's not the only person in the world that's like that.
Everything comes up to
represents a certain type of black people.
No, yeah, but like I said, you got to know your audience. Like, they're not about to put Dr. Umar on The Real. Like, they're not about to do that.
Well, hence why I said her team did not do their due diligence in order to set up opportunity for her the way that she could succeed in. Because she could have been on a platform on BET or OWN and had those types of conversations, and it would have been fine because it's dedicated towards that audience, and nobody would have said anything.
And if you're going to Amanda Seales, then you know what you're getting. If she's just on the platform by herself, but when you're on The View and they talking about cooking and she going, well, black people, it's like, nah, like we ain't here for that. Like this is this is a
time and a
Wendy's.
place for everything, man.
Man, this is a Wendy's, man. Like
He said, "This is a Wendy's."
yeah, like I said, like
this is an Arby's. That's what it was. It was like, sir, this is an Arby's. What are you talking about?
It's like the pastor in a strip club trying to save the strippers. Like, nah, like this ain't the time. Like, we gonna come on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean,
So that's that. Go on to the next segment.
We just went in on you. Just went in on Amanda and just say, "Yeah, that's it." Next topic,
Y'all got anything y'all want to add?
I mean, I still
not
feel
really because
like,
I never saw the interview, so I can't really
still
add
feel
to that
like
too much.
Amanda Seales represents a certain type of black woman in America, and she should not be, put on the cross for shit that other people say. And she's just a megaphone off of what other people say.
I feel like
she's not the only person that says those types of things.
I feel like she's being put on the cross, right? Because the Shannon Sharp thing isn't the first thing, right? And not to mention the whole autism diagnosis thing. So she tries to say that the reason she's loud and the reason she's, she's boisterous and all this stuff is because she has autism, right? There's a segment in the show where Shannon Sharp goes, well, are you clinically diagnosed with autism? She circumvented that by saying, she's like, yeah, there's a clinical diagnosis for autism. And he hung his head low in frustration because he's like, I know there's a clinical diagnosis for autism.
You didn't answer the fucking question.
You didn't answer the question, right?
Yeah.
So, long story short, after the show, she does a live, and she's like, no, she says, I've never been clinically diagnosed with autism because I'm not paying that $10,000. So we're like, well, then how do you know you have autism?
Yeah.
Right? Later on, she makes a post, which I hope it's still up. I hope it's still up. Let me try to find it.
So she makes a post like pertaining to what?
She makes a post about the autism comment, right?
Mm-hmm.
One sec. Sorry, guys.
No, there's just a lot of Amandas on Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has an opinion. She's just
on those platforms where she just needs to go where she's appreciated instead of tolerated. That's all. And I know there's a platform out there that, is applicable for her. Mm-hmm. I feel like if her and Dr. Umar were on a fucking show together, that shit will go off. Like, I don't know. That's just me.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
I want to see her and Mark on a damn show together.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, listen, I'm team black women. That makes sense. Okay.
She's Shannon, but have you been clinically diagnosed? Yes, there's a clinical diagnosis for autism. He then hangs his head and exhales in frustration because I did not answer his questions. That is called the deflection. Why? Because I was not going to be pressured by this man who was interrogating me with absolutely zero love for me and to proving something to him that L, I don't know what that means, by his line of questioning, he had already committed to undermining me. I understand my response may be confusing to some, but I'm clarifying it as I did in my live. That is enough. Ma'am, this man was just asking you questions because you were doing an interview. Interrogate? Like, what do you mean interrogate? Like, come on, fam.
I guess she just felt that she was on the defense for most of the interview.
She wasn't, though. Like, you got to go back and watch. You got to watch the interview. Like, I mean, it's 3 hours. I wouldn't suggest to watch.
Yeah, to be honest,
yeah,
that's not something I'm gonna watch.
I
can give a fuck about Amanda Seales. I can give a fuck about none of that. Like,
it's all good.
Especially like listening to the overall picture of what was going on in the interview. Like, that's not something I'm gonna watch.
Yeah. So she admits I deflected because this man ain't have no love for me. Nigga, you were in an interview. Like, You agreed to come here.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, like, he wants those views too. He's gonna ask those questions.
Yeah, and a lot of people
that he did not write, apparently.
A lot of people said that he let Amanda off easy because he didn't bring up the Myron Rose situation.
Because you just said out of your own mouth, he got his own team. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it could have been a totally different interview if he actually did his research and actually had those hard-hitting questions on there. I feel like it was a little too light and it was just a lot of storytelling.
I mean, that's what a lot of
I was saying that's my qualm about it. Like, I'm not saying to go out and get a journalism degree by any means. No, we don't even have that either. But do the research before having people on your platform.
Let's be real. Like, I'm probably gonna get blasted for this in the comments, but it is what it is. I put Amanda Seales in the same vein as an Azalea Banks. In the sense of we know way more about Amanda Seales' controversy than we know her work.
I get it in that retrospect, but
I'm not saying I'm not saying to the same level of toxicity.
I was about to say, I feel like there's levels, and Amanda Seales is not on that level.
Amanda Seales is not on like
because Azalea Banks goes literally out of her way to address people that don't even know that she's breathing. So that's the part that I'm like, can we get more music? Please, shut up. Please. I swear to God.
We know way more about their most recent controversy than we know about their work, right? Last thing I remember Amanda Seales on is Insecure. What's she done since, besides this?
I think she done like a couple of like short series. I would have to look that up.
Yeah, that's my Amanda Seales rant for the day. Brought to you by the MYB podcast. These views do not reflect the views of MYB.
Nah, just Mark.
And
just me.
And to answer that question, what has she done? I mean, like, the side actors that are part of Insecure, I haven't seen them in hardly anything either. So, like, besides, like, the main characters, like, the main characters, I haven't seen a lot of them side characters, and she's considered a side character.
But they not the ones making noise online.
I mean, one of them is, but off of some different shit, like off of some like baby mama, baby daddy ish. But we'll talk about that later. Yeah. Like, he's known for something that's not all that great as well.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I just don't remember his name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just saying, it be them light skinned niggas. That's all. I love y'all.
I was surprised to see how many of those dudes are married to white women in real life.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he about to start up. Oh.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
We were just talking about this.
No, I'm just saying.
Mark's one of the dudes that go to the race shit.
No, I'm not.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just saying, like, for that show to be so pro-black and black love and yada, 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 a lot of those dudes are married to white women, but that's neither here nor there. We ain't about to go into that.
So you don't feel that they could be pro-black if they married or dating a white woman?
No, they definitely can. You definitely can, right? It's just weird.
I wouldn't say it's weird. I would say I would have to view their stance on blackness as a whole in order to like get my assumptions about them as a character, because you can't be pro-black and date outside of your race.
Yeah, definitely can.
It's just the fact of like, how do you view people of your own race? Mm-hmm. Since you have a partner that's not a part of that race, how do you view these people? Do you view black women in the same beauty in the same class as the person that you're dating, or do you view them in a derogatory manner?
Like, who you fall in love with is who you fall in love with. At the end of the day, I guess there's no real correlation at the end of the day, but if you think about how pro-black Insecure was, and you realize, oh, this is interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's
Who got white wives? We'll talk about that offline. I'm like, who has white wives? Wait, what?
A lot of people do.
The main male.
I don't.
The main male.
Lawrence? Oh, I don't know. He was fucking black women like he was with one. I remember that episode. And I'm like, oh. HBO Max is kind of crazy. Oh.
So I don't know how we feel about this, but Ras Baraka doesn't want to open an ICE detention center in Newark.
I'm cool with that.
I don't know how I feel about it.
An ICE detention center?
Yeah.
I don't want that either.
I mean,
we already got a lot of bullshit over here anyway.
Yeah, why doesn't he want to open it in Newark?
I got the article right here. As soon as I can pull it up.
And plus, aren't we gentrifying like Newark in general? That kind of like it's like anti. I don't want to say anti.
Yeah, I don't see that being like in Newark for some reason.
Yeah,
I see that being outside of it, like
one of the outskirt towns, like further away.
Send that shit to like Nutley or I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like,
but those suburban towns are not gonna let that shit fly either.
There's one in Elizabeth I used to work at. I used to work at a nice detention center.
Yeah.
So, let me see when it comes up the screen.
I mean, is there any like downside to it?
So from what I'm reading, he says these guys need to know that we don't want them here before they even try to get here, and hopefully not having one changes their mind. Said Ras Baraka. Speaking of,
I mean, why can't they just send them to another?
Does that make any sense though?
Detention center.
Does that make any sense? Like not having a detention center.
Yeah, that doesn't make
says
sense.
that we don't want you here. That don't even make fucking. It don't make sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to you. I don't know.
I feel like there's a different motive rather than like what he's saying, but it could be something different.
A federal judge already deemed the state law partially unconstitutional in August, and move that allowed a private company, Core Civic, I used to work for them, to continue jailing immigrant detainees in its Elizabeth facility. I used to work there. That state has appealed that decision. Yeah, yo, have y'all been to the Home Depot downtown Newark?
No.
Yo.
Yeah.
Lately?
No.
I mean, I've driven past like during like the morning times.
I went down there to get a copy of a key made. Yo, they are everywhere. Illegal immigrants are everywhere down there.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
So you said the illegal immigrants are down there?
Yeah.
How you know they're illegal?
There's no way. There's no way. Like, come on. Like,
no way what?
There's no way all of them.
I don't know. Who's to say that, though? Like, what are they doing that makes them
illegal.
Feel like they're illegal?
Well, okay, let's not say, okay, I'll say it once. Well, if they weren't illegal immigrants, they have legal jobs and they wouldn't be in the parking lot panhandling.
Well, to be quite fair, a lot of the people that you think have paperwork for these regular jobs kind of don't. They get paid underneath the table. You just don't know.
Either way.
How do you know?
Either way, hey.
How do you even know? A lot of these people probably just don't have jobs or lost their jobs.
Am I saying that I'm looking at their paperwork and I'm looking at their aliens? No, I'm not doing that, no. But
that's for the ICE agents for, right? Is it?
I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not looking at their paperwork, but if you got an influx of migrants and then all of a sudden you see a bunch of people down, like, mind you, I used to work at this Home Depot. I know what the normal traffic looks like, and it was like a bunch of them. It was a bunch of them just down there panhandling, doing whatever.
So did you feel like uneasy about it?
I wouldn't say uneasy. I would say like a form of realism set in. Because I always hear about how like they're taking over New York City and how, you know, New York City had to shut down schools. When I actually saw them, like, I mean, in New York, it's not that far. Not far at all. It's like hop, jump, and skip away. But when I see that they're here, it's like, oh, shit, this is real.
Yeah, it's been real. Like I see a lot of migrants. I've seen them in New York and Jersey. You know what I mean? I've seen the facilities where they stay at. I see, like, the vans dropping them off in Jersey to work. But I feel like the only downside of it that I look at is, you know, the ones that like may come here and they get like free shit, healthcare, housing, things like that, compared to a lot of the Americans that already been here and not getting it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I look at it. But other than that, like, if they come here and they're working and shit like that, they're trying to be like a part of society, like,
I don't
really give
know
a shit
a
about
lot of
that.
information
like-
in regards to that, so I'm not gonna like.
But then it's
speak
like,
up on it.
if that's the case, why didn't they come here legally? Because like you coming here illegally, it's just spit in the face to the immigrants that came here legally, and they saved up the money and they
that's
did
true.
the paperwork and
That's
they took
true.
the test and they got the shots. And
That's true. It's true. Because I think like when it comes to the migrants, right? We look at a lot of the migrants like the ones that's coming from like South America and places like that. And then all reality is that
Nah, they're coming from everywhere.
yeah, but the ones that are mostly looked at are the ones like that. You know what I'm saying?
What do
I
you
don't
mean?
really want to put race into it, but
No, it is a race thing because
brown
there are
ones.
a lot
black
of
and
white
browns.
people that are undocumented and are documented as well and are having these same tactics, not necessarily at Home Depot, but are attaining jobs illegally. They're doing all these things, but they don't have the same people do not have the same energy for them as they do for the people that unfortunately are being talked about right now.
Well, because it's mainly because those are the people that are closest to the American border.
Okay,
So
so
it's more of an influx of them coming than any other.
Okay, so
other
the migrants that are
nationality.
coming from the Ukraine, do you feel like they should have that same type of energy? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, Ukraine, you got
But I'm saying that they're getting
Russians.
looked.
There's a lot of people
Yeah,
that's here
I'm
illegally.
saying that they're getting looked at like that because they're coming here in mass because they're right there.
Yeah.
It's the majority in influx is coming from this region. I'm not saying that it's right that they have the stigma. I'm just saying this is why they're being looked at as that.
Yeah, I think at this point we just not really much we could do about it. We're kind of stuck with it. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything we could do about it.
There's not.
Not if Trump getting in office.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do? Send how many people are here?
Yeah,
Like how many people total?
yeah. If it's bro.
There's no way you're sending all this like everybody back to where they came from. First of all, that's a lot of fucking.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do? Send
yeah.
flights?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. As somebody that's worked in the field, that's what they are doing.
So 30,000, 40,000, 50,000
yeah.
people. You're gonna send them all home.
Not all at once, but like they send
Over
50
time-
people,
over
50 people
time.
at a time. Yeah, they're putting them on planes, and when they get over there, they take you off the plane. It is what it is. See you later.
I don't think this shit's gonna
Here's a
happen.
doggy bag. It's happening.
Yeah, I don't think
It
it's gonna
has
happen.
happened.
It is happening.
Yeah, but there's still a whole lot of people still coming here. And when Trump gets in office, I don't see it changing. I don't see that shit changing. I think the less people will start coming in.
Especially now, like they're hiring. CBP is hiring like crazy. Border Patrol is hiring like crazy. ICE is hiring like crazy.
Yeah.
They're giving people incentives like $20,000, $30,000 sign-on bonuses. Well, not $30,000, $20,000, $30,000 bonuses. Just to sign up, and they're like, oh, if you can't pass the PT test, don't worry about it. We'll work with you, but we need people.
Yeah.
That's they hiring people like motherfucker. Like they want this shit to happen, especially if Trump get in office.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I guess that's gonna be something that's gonna be the main focus for next year. Whoever's in office, man. See what happens.
Y'all, who y'all vote for?
I already told you my answer. America needs to have a timeout for like a year, and we need to shake up. Matter of fact, here's what needs to happen, okay? Everybody that is a part of the House, Senate, that is up for election, vote them out, okay?
Yeah, vote.
Everybody that is a part of the Senate that's over the age of 65, vote them out, okay? The problem is we have the geriatric team running America when they're not even going to be alive in the next 20 years for us to handle their mistakes, okay? Once we get rid of them, okay, we have a better shot of having a selection of presidential candidates that we might be okay with. But that comes from the bottom up. It's the bottleneck head. It comes from the bottom.
I 100% agree. I'm not voting in this election. The only way I would vote in this election is if Vivek Ramaswamy becomes Trump's VP, and then I'd vote Trump because for as much flack that everybody gives about Biden being old, Trump ain't that much younger. Like, I feel like Trump is on his way out. They both old as shit. They both about to kick the bucket.
Yeah, he just got more of a mental capacity.
Yeah, he just like Trump just has more of his wits about him.
Yeah,
like, that's it. But I feel like Trump isn't going to last the full presidency. So
you don't think so?
I don't think so. I don't think he's going to last the full 4 years.
What, impeachment?
Nah,
assassination?
Chill.
That's why. Hey, hey.
We still talking about June 6th.
We not trying to have Secret Service knock on the studio
we're
door.
not trying.
Ain't nobody about to knock on shit, man. Anybody about they ain't worried about us, man. We talking about it. We ain't fucking. Ain't nobody about to assassinate no Trump, man.
Like, hey,
not none of us, anyway.
Sir,
is there
cut it the fuck out.
Not none of us.
Solo here? Is there a guy named Solo here? We need to talk to him.
Yeah, we're not. I don't know who that man is. I don't know. I'm about to Kiki Palmer that situation. Like, so who is that? I'm sorry, I don't know who that man is.
Yo.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
man.
I'm so sorry, officer. I don't know who that man is.
I ain't pointing no
Hey, man. Hey, man. Look. I feel like Trump is going to be elected.
Yeah, man.
And will he do the full term? I think so.
I don't know.
Because look at all the shit that just went down. Like, he's still not locked the fuck up. Everybody was like, oh, Trump's getting locked up. No, the fuck he's not. No, he's not.
I never thought he was getting locked up.
I know a lot of people that was like, yeah, Trump's getting locked up.
I never thought he was getting
You
locked
really think so?
Ever.
He ain't getting locked up.
I never thought he was getting locked up.
Too much power.
Yeah.
It's too much power. It's just like, what? I don't know. Like I said before, America needs a timeout. We need a year with no president. We just need to figure this out. Number two, everybody, like I said, over the age of 65, I'm talking about you. Yeah, your mama, your auntie, your uncle, everybody that seen post civil rights movement. Yeah, y'all gotta go. Yeah, it's retirement time. Number two, in order to fix this situation, I feel like each representative in each Senate needs to be paid the medium wages of their state. So if your median wage is $45,000, looks like you're going to be paid $45,000. Mm-hmm. So that, I feel like if that comes into play, the federal minimum wage is going to go up within that year. Because you know they're not going to have that happen.
That's dope. That's a dope idea. I'm actually in favor of that.
Because I know these people do not want to be living off of $45,000, but guess what? You're telling us to do that. So I suggest you pull yourself from your bootstraps and make it last, okay? Make sure you go down to the unemployment line to get your shit, okay? Okay.
Yeah, man. We're at the point where I just feel like we don't need a fucking president.
What do you think we need then?
A representative. I feel like we could vote. We could hold, like, there might be like a board that we vote in somebody to represent the United States, like.
That's the House Senate.
Annually. No. I'm saying annually. Like, just pick one person from the Senate or whoever to represent the United States, like, each year. It shouldn't be no 4 years. It should be each year we elect. We need, like, a president, though. Not for no 4 years.
Like, are you talking about the president? That's president.
That's but do you feel like we need a president every 4 years?
Maybe.
I mean,
just a representative. Like, every year we vote him in.
Maybe every other year.
Maybe every bi-yearly.
Or bi-yearly. But every 4 years, I don't feel like we need one.
I mean,
what are they really doing?
Because, to be quite frank with you, it takes a number of years in order to change an infrastructure. And there are several infrastructures broken. Yeah. So in order to start fixing it, and then when your term is up, you have to leave, another person can literally undo what you did within that year.
Yeah,
you know
we've seen that happen time and time again.
Well, yeah, it took 4 years for Obamacare, and they took it out within a year and a half.
Yeah.
So there's that. When it took that amount of time to even have that shit established, because they kept on vetoing it because they don't like poor people. But hence why I say their salaries need to reflect the state that they represent. So like I said, Missouri, Mississippi. Yeah, I'm talking about y'all. Y'all are the poorest states. Your paychecks need to be reflective off of that. Your paychecks after taxes need to say $900 because that's what the people you're representing looks like.
Tax.
The after taxes is $900. See if you could pay your rent with that.
That's bi-weekly. Not
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Not every week. Bi-weekly. Yeah. Don't play with me.
My last topic is like a throwaway topic, right?
Don't be pulling my girl into this.
No, it's not. It's not about. It's not about her, right?
Oh, okay. I was about to say, don't do this.
No. Always home team, but it's about fraternities, right?
Yeah.
Are we talking about Divine Nine or just like regular, PWI institutions?
This one is specifically dealing with the Divine Nine, right?
But we've seen that before, though. This is not nothing new.
There we go. So Sigmas was under this post telling him to delete this pic and take off their letters since he isn't Greek. He basically thrifted this cardigan from this store in New Zealand, and I'm sitting here thinking if I was in a top with some random symbols lettered on it, yada, yada. Long story short, he somehow got next to Sis. I guess he went to a concert with some Phi Beta Sigma merch on. And now Sigma's in the comments like, yo.
Yo, can you scroll down to your comment
shit,
real
yeah.
quick? No. Go ahead. Say what you said.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you said it online. See, this is why I said he's the male Amanda Seals. Because he antagonized and he yells with capital letters. That's what I said.
It's not even the worst of what I said.
You said aha in capital letters. You're yelling.
It's not even the worst of what I said. I'll scroll for the other one, right?
Wait, first of all, you did more than one comment. See,
Hold on.
This is what I'm talking about, Solo. When it comes to Facebook mark, it's different than podcast mark. This man is a fucking menace. No, he's a fucking menace.
All I see is some
That's the second comment. This is the first one right here.
Bro wearing your colors. He ain't have to pay y'all thousands of dollars in dues or get his ass beat.
I'm not saying nothing.
And he still got next to one of the baddest females in the music game. Y'all clowns.
I hate you.
Yep. And I said, one, how they know he ain't Sigma? I've seen plenty of white Sigmas. Is this a Greek fraternity or a gang? Y'all the ones selling the merch. Don't be mad at him. Be mad at your LB that sold you that sold the merch. Be mad at your line brothers that put it in a thrift store.
Ooh.
Facts.
Hey.
He could have returned it back.
Can't really argue that.
No. Why would he return it? He bought it with his money. That's what I'm saying. I was like, even if he's not Sigma, he's wearing your colors and he ain't have to get his ass beat and pay y'all to do it. Hey, that's how I feel.
We're gonna take that offline because I'm about to say something and I'm about to yo.
And he got next to SZA. He got next to SZA.
Ain't that for a meet and greet?
Take my colors off, nigga. This is supposed to be about a brotherhood and connections. Like, stop. Like, are y'all a gang? Here's my thing. I always had this issue with fraternities, right? I always had this issue with frats, right?
I'm not gonna put you. Okay.
All right,
I always had this issue with frats. Why? So you mean to tell me I gotta pay y'all thousands of dollars and get my ass beat and I still might not make the frat? I could just go get put on in the hood for free.
You right.
I could just go get put on in the hood.
I'm not a part of the Divine Nine, so I'm not. I don't know.
I mean, you're right.
I don't gotta pay them thousands.
So why did they want to be a part of the frat in the first place?
They paying for friends.
You feel that's what it is?
Yeah, they paying for friends. They paying for these.
Is it friends or networking?
Connections and networking.
Networking. If it's for networking, I can agree. If it's for friends, fuck friends. But networking, yeah, I agree with that aspect.
Mainly for networking. Like, come on.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I know a lot of people in frats and they ended up in regular ass careers.
Yeah.
They ended up in regular ass careers. They got their ass beat. Just
to throw that shit on the license plate?
Hey.
Yeah.
It's like, and not to throw Chris Brown in this, right? But it's essentially Shaq is an honorary Omega.
Yeah.
They giving fake fake
what?
numbers. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Shaq is an honorary Alpha Psi Omega. Honorary.
What?
They giving them out fake.
I'm just, yeah. This
They
is
giving them out for
corporation.
fake. But y'all mad because
it's a corporation.
yeah, they giving him out for fake, and y'all mad because he ain't have to get his ass beat. Y'all selling the shit.
Well, technically, you're not supposed to be getting your ass beat. This is anti-hazing laws.
Hey, that's what they say.
That's what I'm saying
That's what they
on
say.
the air. Okay.
Huh.
They
To keep monetization, we're
Them
saying
boys-
that on the air.
them
Okay.
boys getting their ass beat. They paying to get their ass beat to have friends.
Yeah, man. I feel like there's probably like a bigger picture overall. You know what I'm saying?
And like they
Yeah.
Maybe it's
we learned this dance and got our ass beat together. We're brothers.
yeah. I feel like it's more or less for like the bond, the brotherhood, and networking. I mean, I get it. I get it.
Like I said, I could just go. I go get to the hood, get put on for free.
Yeah, it's a different type of networking. That's a whole different type of network. But I get why people do it.
They go, oh,
It's not for me, but
take my colors off.
yeah, but I get it, man.
Okay, you're a scholar. You have a degree, sir. What are you doing?
Yeah, that part's kind of goofy. But when you state it like that, it's kind of goofy. But people got their reasons, man. People got their reasons. But I say, let the white boy rock.
And on that note, it has been a good episode, you guys.
Hey,
I know
it
it's a shorter one
Yeah,
today.
short
but
today, man.
We're gonna enjoy outside, and I hope you guys do too.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Same time, same place.
Bye.